Hello and welcome to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes Grand Arena Championships Season 24, Week 2, Round 3. My name is Boma Fett. I apologize for the poor sound quality on this one and the poor gameplay as well. I am traveling because of the holidays. I was doing my battles in between different holiday activities, so not the most focused and didn't have my good recording equipment with me. I had a very tough matchup this round. Let's check it out. I was facing Mole Brooks. Let's go to the hotbot for a quick comparison. So the hotbot shows a lot of green on my side with a smattering of red on Brooks's side. Let's zoom in and take a closer look. This top section shows that Mole Brooks is a very good GAC player. Their current score very close to mine, their best score over 54k, lifetime banners of almost 900k. Those are excellent statistics. You can see that Brooks goes undersized more often than I do, doesn't have as many clears, and their defense to wins ratio is very low. It's only about 21%. So that suggests that Brooks plays a very offense-heavy game. Either that, or they set such a tough defense that nobody ever attacks them. But based on the lifetime banners and best scores, I would say Brooks is a offensive-heavy player. I have a tiny advantage in the overall GP, but Brooks has a higher top 80 and top 65. I have 24 more Zetas, and I'm sitting on about 10 Zetas right now. So this suggests I've been playing for a lot longer than Brooks, and he's spent money on the game, which is fine. We need people spending money on the game. The game would die if people didn't spend money. So thank you, Brooks, for spending money. I have a slight speed advantage at the top of my roster, but not a big advantage. Brooks has 22 more Gear 13 characters than I do, and 8 fewer Gear 12, so a much more top-heavy roster. Surprisingly, I have over 100 more 6-stop mods than Brooks, and it looks like I also have a lot more mods with high-speed secondaries. The reason this is surprising is that my advantage in terms of speed added at the top of the roster is not that great. So this means either Brooks has allocated his mods much more carefully than I have allocated mine, or it means that Brooks has a lot of speed sets, and he's getting that extra 10% boost on all of his speeds. In the relic summary is where we see one of Brooks's big advantages, and that is total relic levels, 356 to 212, so almost 150 more total relic levels over me, and in the tier 7 and 8, 19 characters compared to my 8. But where Brooks really has the advantage is here in the Galactic Legends. He's got 2 Galactic Legends, and I have only 1. The other place we see a large advantage for Brooks is here in the important ships. He has a 7-star Executor, and I don't have the Executor yet. I have all my characters ready, I'm just waiting for the event to roll back around. Let's go back to the game and take a closer look at Mole Brooks' roster. Brooks is of course using JML in the arena and the Executor in the fleet arena. Here are the relic characters, and you're going to see a lot of First Order and a lot of Rebels, but we also have lots of other factions represented here. All the usual suspects: Darth Revan, Padme, General Grievous, Bounty Hunters, Jedi Training Rey, Jedi Knight Revan, General Skywalker and the 501st Clones. We've got a few Night Sisters. Now as we get down into the Gear 12s, there are some key characters that have not been reliced yet. Commander Ahsoka Tano, Bastila Lashawn, Sith Triumvirate, Emphas Nest, Jolie Bindo, Moff Gideon. At Gear 11 we've got some Bad Batch, Mando, but we're very quickly into the Gear 10, Gear 9. So let me show you the defense I set. It's a gimmicky defense, it's a gamble. He saves both of his Galactic Legends for offense, plus a whole lot more. So I only have one Galactic Legend to put on defense. What I tried to do was bait him into using his Galactic Legends in the front zone. So here in the front, I set 4 really good teams. I've got Grievous, CLS, Darth Revan, and General Skywalker. My hope is that he will see these 4 squads and assume that I have saved my JML for offense. I usually do. If my opponent has Galactic Legends, I usually save my Galactic Legend for offense. So if he scouted me, he will see that. But either way, I'm hoping that this is enough to draw out both Galactic Legends. In the top zone, I set okay squads. I've got Mothma, Newt, Leftover Bounty Hunters, and Beskar Mando. And then in the back, I've got 2 trash teams, and then I have my Jedi Master Luke. Now, I put him under a Qui-Gon Jinn lead. I did this on offense last round, and it worked really well against a JML that was faster and higher relic than mine. So I thought that I would try it on defense this time, just in case he does save his JML for the back. Maybe this might be able to beat his JML. Now, I didn't put other good supporting Jedi with this because I need squads for offense. I put a ton on defense, and if I put better Jedi with Qui-Gon and JML, I just would not have anything for offense. I did put Jedi Anakin here. He's kind of a key to the Qui-Gon Omicron. Now, of course, I set garbage in the fleet zone so that I have all my best ships to go after that Executor. So we'll come back and we'll see what Mulbrook sets on defense for me. Alright, so this is pretty much what I was expecting. We've got Grievous, Night Sisters, Rolo, and Kylo Ren unmasked. And in the bottom zone, the one curveball is this CLS squad. I was not expecting this. I was not prepared for this. Bosk, Mothma, and Geonosians are no problem, but I don't really have a good squad to counter this CLS. So I'm going to come back later to do my attacks. I'm going to have to squeeze them in between holiday activities. May not be the best way to do GAC. Alright, we've got about 3 hours left in the attack phase. I've got about 45 minutes to squeeze my attacks in. Brooks has already made his attack, so let's see if my gamble paid off. It did not. He full cleared my defense, though only a 1685. That's not a super high score. He one-shot all 4 of these squads. In the back, he one-shot all 3 of these, so the Qui-Gon lead did not hold. It's a little disappointing, but also not very surprising given the other Jedi that were on that squad. In the top zone, this is the only squad that got a hold for me right here, Beskar Mando. So there is a tiny sliver of hope there. I can drop 1 battle. You can see he one-shot my ships, that's not a surprise. But we still have the problem of this CLS squad. I was not ready for this squad. I don't have a good counter for it. Because I put so much on defense, I barely have enough to clear all the rest of the squads, much less that CLS. So, we're going to start there. I'm going to try something, but it may not work. So, what I settled on was Padme with Cat. Now, there's no Anakin in this squad, because Anakin is on defense. A lot of good that did, right? But I don't like Ayla in this spot, so I'm going to swap her out for Shakti. Now, my thinking here is that this squad is very survivable. The more the other squad attacks out of turn, the more protection this squad gets, and so that should really help them stay alive, and hopefully they stay alive long enough that Commander Ahsoka can do her thing and delete some of them. Not sure I'm ever gonna get a turn. Holy cow. Go after Chewbacca. I'm going to cut in here with a little bit of commentary after the fact. I was so shell-shocked, I just forgot to talk during this time. This CLS squad just was going crazy. Like, I know that they get turn meter gain. I have used them myself against a Padme squad. But I've also countered them many times with a Padme squad. And I have never seen them go crazy like this. Now, I think part of the issue was not having Anakin in there. He stops this every time somebody's health drops too low, and he gets to take a turn. Oh, there goes my offense. Alright, well, that was absurd. I've got Jedi Knight Luke. Me from the future again. You can see here that I am searching for Jedi to use with Jedi Knight Luke. I needed to keep my Revan squad together to try and counter Grievous. That left me with slim pickings here for Jedi Knight Luke. I really need to develop more Jedi. Now, once again, I didn't talk much during this battle. I was still shell-shocked from that first battle, and so I was trying to really focus and see if I could make this work. Here at this point, I had them stunned. I hoped that I'd be able to at least get out Chewbacca. If I could get out Chewie, that would get rid of the guard, and that would help. But my Jedi are just falling like flies. Can Luke solo them? I doubt it. So you could hear the disappointment in my voice there. I figured that I had nothing else that I could use against this CLS squad. I needed my Jedi Revan to take on Grievous. So losing here meant not clearing this zone. I probably would not beat the Executor, so I was looking at clearing one zone. A huge disappointment for me. Alright, so that's game over. I'll go ahead and try and clear as much as I can. Let's see if my Bad Batch can take out this Bosk squad. Me from the future again with a little commentary. I'm taking my Gear 11 Bad Batch against this highly relicked Bosk squad. And Echo is fast enough that he got to go first, but my tech is not fast enough that he got to go second. Instead, Bosk gets a taunt, so now I'm stuck attacking Bosk for a while. That's not good. But what's even worse is Boba Fett gets the ability blocks on everybody. And that means that I can't get defense up from Wrecker. Wrecker's going to have to do a basic instead of doing his special. And of course, Bad Batch needs that defense up so that they can deal true damage. Then Wrecker gets stunned. So now, defense up is going to be delayed even more. Holy moly! The little girl got deleted. Now Hunter is out in the open. So he's vulnerable. I keep calling him to assist, but he's not doing true damage. Now he's gone. So I'm down to my 2 supports and my tank. But here's the thing. If you can get that true damage, it doesn't matter that much. Because once you're dealing the true damage, you don't need your damage dealer. Everybody becomes a damage dealer then. And even on a non-attacking special like this, you deal % health damage. So, with a non-attacking special, I took out Mando once. And now just watch. In between attacks, I'm going to do non-attacking specials. Here's a non-attacking special, and it did some damage. Here's a non-attacking special, it did some damage. So everybody becomes a damage dealer. So even after losing my 2 main damage dealers, this squad is still going to be good enough at gear 11 to take out this Bosk squad. There it is. It's only 59 banners, but again, gear 11 against highly relic bounty hunters. They're just such a good squad. Against Mothma, we're going to take our bounty hunters. Roar. Mass assist. Mass assist. We'll go for the ability block. Roar again. We'll delete Biggs. See if we can stun Lando. Okay, we lost Aura. Let's heal up. We'll delete SRP. It's 62. Against the Geos, we'll go with Vader. Force Fresh. Merciless. Goodbye, Spy. By Alpha. Pass this to Vader. Merciless. 65. I'm going to try my Night Sisters against Grievous. Oh no, he's got Watt in there. That won't work. Darn it. Do I have any more Jedi? Luminara. I need more Jedi. I'll do the AoE. Another AoE. Give the buffs to Yoda. We'll mark the B2. Get rid of the B2. Here comes Grievous. And I forgot that Watt can bring him back. Me from the future again with some commentary. I stopped talking during this battle. I was frustrated with myself. I realized that I had forgotten about Watt. And I don't know how that happened. How do you forget about Watt? But I did. And I knew that that meant that I was going to have a really hard time with this battle because I wasn't going to get another mark from Revan for a while. And I needed to mark Watt. And I needed to do it before he could get the weapons tech out there. See who can come back. Hey, we got everybody back. Amazing. Heal. Mark Watt. Okay, so Yoda was killed by Grievous with the weapons tech, so he can't be res. Now, when the next 3 people die, it looks like it's B1 who's getting the kill, but I think it's a graphical glitch. Can't bring Yoda back. That's gonna hurt. So Grievous is going to go, and the character remains standing until after the B1 does the assist, and then the character falls over dead. So it looks like B1 is getting the kill. Watch, there's one coming up right here, where Basti is going to go down. But it doesn't happen until after the B1's attack. So it looks like the B1's getting the kill, when really Grievous is getting the kill. Alright, there's no way that these 2 guys take out Grievous. There, that was another one. But I couldn't bring them back. I was very frustrated. Alright, let's take in the Night Sisters to clean this up. Hit the B2. Res everybody. Res them again. Against Kylo Ren, we'll go with Jedi Training Rey. Let's see if we can get a stun over here on Executioner. That's the Inspire Rey. Take out Executioner. Almost. There we go. Nice stun there on OG. And a stun on the TIE Pilot. Let's go ahead and take out Officer. Or at least stun Officer. See if we can get stuns all around. Excellent. Give the Inspired to BB-8. Throw the Grenade of Healing. We'll put the wave on Kylo Ren Unmasked again. Let's try and stun OG Kylo. Alright, everybody's all inspired. Put the healing immunity on Kylo. Illuminated Destiny. Grenade of Healing. We'll do a burn. Let's save the wave. We'll do the wave on Unmasked. See if we can get rid of him. Come on. Almost got him. Almost got him. There we go. Now we can put the healing immunity here. Another Illuminated Destiny. Alright, 65. I'm sure this will not work because my characters are so undergeared. Did more than I expected. Maybe I should have led with that. So now I've got this tiny sliver of hope that I can clean up this CLS squad. I go in, I look at my First Order, my Imperial Troopers, but I want to save them for other squads, so I settle on the Geonosians. Just to give them someone else to shoot. I did not have high hopes for this going into the battle. You can see they took out Tarkin right away. They've almost got my Brute down right away. But as this goes on, things start to look better. So I start to get more hopeful. There's the Brute down. There goes Soldier. But now here goes Han Solo. Now it's just Luke. I think there might be a chance that I can win this. Let's clean everybody up. And for this kind of thing, on offense, these are the three that you want. GBA, Poggle, and Spy. The three of them can get a lot done. Bring back the brutes. Alright, well, I was able to zerg down that squad. That amazes me. Now I've got nothing for the squads in the back. Shouldn't have wasted Wampa. So then back up to the front, going against the Night Sisters with my Imperial Troopers. This is what I was saving them for. Alright, let's knock out Zombie a couple of times. Go after Talia next. There's one. There's two. Get down Daka now. Troopers are such a good squad. They do such a good job against the Night Sisters in particular, but they're great against other squads as well, and especially if you've got a really good Piet and Dark Trooper, they can really do work against a lot of different squads. At this point, my best remaining squads were the First Order and Emphas Nest, and so I took Nest here against the Ewoks, and I fast forward through my Ewok battles. I just put it on auto. Never any danger here for Nest against these Ewoks. Every now and then there will be an Ewok squad that gives my Nest trouble, but this was not one of them. 68. Now to take out Phoenix, I'm going to have to dig deep into my roster. So against Phoenix, I'm taking the Ewoks. And Ewoks are a squad that I almost never use. They're a bit underdeveloped for me. But I know that they can do work. They're not a terrible squad. They actually surprise a lot of people with how much they can get done. And this Phoenix is definitely undergeared. So I knew that this wouldn't be a problem here. So there was not much to this battle. Two undergeared squads, so I just thought I'd fast forward through this one. We'll do Karth versus Karth. Put Lando in there. So this is another one I'm going to fast forward. I had no idea how difficult the Karth mirror match is. Zalbar just absorbs all of the damage, and it's just impossible to do anything. So eventually, what turns the tide in their favor is Juhani. Juhani does a cleanse on their side. I had Zalbar almost killed, and then she cleanses him, gets rid of all the dots. My Zalbar still has the dots, so eventually he's going to go down. Oh, so Juhani was the difference. How funny is that? Juhani. Freaking Juhani. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So my wife came into the room and started talking to me during this match, and so I've cut out my commentary, and instead you're getting commentary after the fact. So a Relic Kylo can solo a card squad, but my Kylo is only tier 12, so I thought he might need a little help. So I gave him Watt and I gave him the Armorer. That would help keep him alive. Now the question was, would he have enough DPS? And I figured Canderous was really low gear. I'd be able to kill him just with AoEs. So there we go, there goes Canderous. Now I had to get rid of Zalbar. And the key to this is putting healing immunity on him using Kylo's basic. So you have to keep the healing immunity on him. I was also able to use the Armorer to put Armor Shred on Zalbar, and that helped a little bit. But you just focus him down. It's a little more difficult with Juhani in there because Juhani will taunt and take your focus away from Zalbar. But if you're just persistent and you keep going after Zalbar, make sure you have that healing immunity. At one point I let the healing immunity slip and he's able to gain back some health and protection, so it took me a little longer than it should have. I was not super focused during this battle either because I was talking to my wife. But it does eventually work. And you can see they're not doing anything to Kylo. Here, there was a taunt on Juhani. I had to go after Juhani. And there goes Zalbar. Once Zalbar's down, the rest of it just goes pretty quickly. So I focused down Juhani because she was taunting. Once she's gone, we take out Karth. And now Mission. And with Watt constantly healing, you get really good banner recovery. $47 banners. So all we have left is the Rolo squad. All I have left is the rest of my first order. And after that, I mean, it's the dregs of my roster. So as I watch this back and I do voiceover, I'm realizing I made a mistake there, and I took in Imperial TIE Fighter Pilot instead of First Order TIE Fighter Pilot. That's a big mistake because Hux only does the turn meter manipulation or prevents turn meter gain if you've got a full First Order squad. So that explains a few of my problems with this squad here. I was counting on Hux preventing their turn meter gain, but by taking in the wrong TIE Fighter pilot, I undermined myself. Now, the good news is that the Imperial TIE Fighter pilot is relicked, and so he does hit kind of hard, but it still would have been better to have the First Order TIE pilot in there instead. Still, there wasn't really anything to worry about with this squad. Yes, Captain Han can res. In fact, I just killed Cara Dune, and he's going to res her. But other than that, there's not really much to worry about here. AoE kills Cara Dune again. Back after Captain Han. There we go. Finally got rid of Captain Han. I want to get rid of Rolo. Keeps doing that AoE. So this is not going to be a high banner win, but I was just happy to be able to beat this squad at all with what I had left. So 60 banners here. So I'm not quite sure how I did it, but I cleared all of the squads. I had to use the bottom of my roster. I had to get creative with my counters. I had to get lucky, and finally got through all of the squads. And then I had to take a break, go do some holiday stuff, and then I'd come back later and fight the Executor. So my Executor counter is very unreliable. I use the Malevolence counter just like everybody else does, but I don't have the Ebon Hawk. Ebon Hawk is on a Cantina node, and I had other priorities early on, and then lately it's been all farming relic materials. So no Ebon Hawk as a reinforcement, so instead I use Plo Koon in the arena as my reinforcement. Now I hate to take him away from the Negotiator here in GAC, but I felt like that was my only chance of getting through here. Turned out to be a foolish decision, but I did take Plo Koon as my reinforcement here. Now there's no game sounds during this battle. I apologize for that, just the situation was I couldn't have my phone sound on. So I do the standard stuff that you're supposed to do. And his 7-star Executor was just too much for my guys. You can see I've lost the TIE Fighter, I've lost Vulture Droid. Here I put Buzz Droids on everyone. In comes IG-88, I lose another Vulture Droid. I bring in my Spy, and wouldn't you know it, the taunt goes on the Razor Crest. So I attack the Razor Crest. Of course, Razor Crest dodges a ton, so I got bad RNG first with the taunt going on the wrong person, and then bad RNG with the Razor Crest getting a bunch of dodges. Once that's happened, it's pretty much game over. So I keep going, hoping that maybe I can get out one of the ships, maybe I can get to my ultimate before he gets to his ultimate. Maybe I could get lucky and clear one ship. Now here there were no debuffs on my characters, so I didn't bring in Plo. I brought in Sunfac. And I'm just stuck attacking Houndstooth. I can't get around that taunt. The one opportunity to get around the taunt was when I brought Spy in, and then I had to attack the Razor Crest. So he's just mowing my ships down at this point. There's nothing I can do. Hoping to get to that ultimate. That's my only hope. Get to the ultimate. But he gets his ultimate first, and that's all she wrote. So this is going nowhere. I'm not going to get any of his ships down. If I had gotten 1 or 2 ships down, then I can bring in my Negotiator and maybe clean this up. But I figured at this point, I might as well get experimental. And so I go for the home one, and at first I chose the Negotiator, but then I decided, no, I'm going to try my Bounty Hunters here. See if my Bounty Hunters can beat his home one, then I can try my Negotiator against that Executor. I didn't think that either one would work, but there was nothing to lose at this point. So I'm just going to pretend that the Executrix is the Executor. So I bring in my Bounty Hunters, and 2 open spots, 2 Millennium Falcons. Now, like I said, I didn't expect this to work, but why not give it a try? So the battle started off okay, and then my recording stopped. So I didn't get the rest of the battle, but it was a loss. I then took in my Negotiator, and I defeated the home one. So I had nothing left for the Executor. So my gamble did not pay off. In fact, it went horribly, horribly wrong because of that CLS that he put on defense. I just was not prepared for that. I also inexplicably forgot how to play Jedi Knight Revan against Grievous with Watt. But, given all that failure, I am happy that I was able to clear all the squads. The fact I was able to Zerg down that CLS squad, I didn't know that that was possible. So very proud of that. This was a mismatch from the beginning. So it's not a surprise that I lost. It's a little bit of a surprise the way I lost, but that's what happens when you commit that much to defense. You don't leave yourself options on offense. So I would like to thank Mo Brooks for the match, and thank you all for watching. And I will see you next round.